It's very delicious recipe. I'm in love with it. Let's begin and learn how to make this delicious and tasty yummy gobi musallam. For that we require cauliflower. Here I'm using quite small sized cauliflower. So I'm going to use 2. But you may make use of 1 big cauliflower. So whole cauliflower or gobi. We require yogurt or curd, water, salt, tomato, onion, clove powder, cardamom, cinnamon, red chili powder, turmeric powder, cashew paste, ghee or clarified butter, garam masala and cumin and coriander powder. Now to make the cashew nut paste, what I have done, I have boiled the cashew nuts, 3 cashew nuts for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then I have made a paste out of it. Drained the water and made the paste. Now here I have taken a steel pot. In that I am going to add water. Fill the pan because we want the cauliflower to immerse in it. So add water accordingly. Now I'm going to cover the lid and let it come to a boil. Once it's boiled, I'll open the lid. And now I'll add turmeric to it. Half teaspoon turmeric powder and salt as per taste. Now we take the cauliflower and immerse it into the water. Be very careful. Yes. Now we are going to cook this on high flame for about 7 minutes. So let it boil for about 5 to 7 minutes on high flame. And after about 7 minutes, we are going to flip the cauliflower and let it cook for the next 2 to 3 minutes, again on high flame. So now I am going to remove the cauliflower and keep it aside. So it's cooked about 60% cooked cauliflower. Here it is. Perfect. Now we'll keep it aside and we'll make the gravy. So take a pan and add ghee to it. Now here ghee is very important because this is going to give lots and lots of flavor to our gobi musallam. So highly recommended, use ghee and then add cinnamon stick or dalchini, cardamom, 2 cardamom pods, 2 cloves or about a pinch of clove powder or 2 cloves. And we are going to cook this on very low flame and let the flavors infuse in our ghee. So after about 2 minutes, we are going to add 1 medium-sized onion. I have finely chopped it. So 1 medium-sized onion, chop it finely and we are going to cook it on high flame. Now we are going to cook this onion until it becomes nice golden brown in color. Once it becomes nice golden brown, what will happen is we'll get nice sweet flavor, caramelized flavor from the onions, and that will add to the flavor to our dish. So cook it on medium to high flame. Make sure it does not burn. And once it is nice golden brown in color, we'll add 1 medium-sized tomato. I have chopped it finely. So 1 medium-sized tomato. Here again we are going to cook this on high flame till it becomes golden brown in color. So cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes on medium to high flame, stirring occasionally. We want it dark golden brown, but make sure it does not burn. So you will see it's turned nice golden brown. So here at this stage I am going to add yogurt or curd. I have smoothened it by whisking it nicely. I am adding 1 cup of yogurt or curd. Make sure the flame is low while adding the curd. We don't want the curd to split. And now I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, red chili powder 1.5 teaspoon, cumin and coriander powder again 1.5 teaspoon, and garam masala about 1 teaspoon. And now mix this well and let the spices cook on medium flame. At this stage I'll add salt as per taste. And mix it well. Now I'll add the cashew nut paste. And mix it really well. You will see it has become nice, rich and creamy. Perfect. Now I have taken a baking dish and I am going to transfer the cauliflowers into the baking dish. We'll take our gravy and we are going to coat the cauliflower into the gravy. So coat it really well from the top. Spread it properly onto the cauliflower. And I must tell you, it's really deliciously yummy recipe. It was a big hit in my family. We all actually loved it. I have made the dish for the first time and extremely satisfied with its results, with the flavor and everything. Yum. Now spread the gravy onto the cauliflower like this, and we are going to bake this in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 12 to 15 minutes depending on the oven. So it required 12 minutes in my oven at 170 degrees Celsius, and tada! After 12 minutes our gobi musallam is all ready to eat. So serve it hot like this, and this is how our gobi musallam is ready. Very easy and delicious recipe. Let's start. For that we require okra or bhindi cut into small cylinders, tomato puree, yogurt or curd, sliced onions, besan, tomato, salt, garam masala, asafoetida, turmeric, onion, ground cumin and coriander, red chili powder, cumin seeds, garlic, ginger and oil. So first I'll put the besan and coat the lady's finger or the bhindi. So for about 2 cups of bhindi we require about 1 to 1.5 tablespoon of besan or chickpea flour. So coat the bhindi really well into the besan. After that I'll add the spices to it. First ground cumin and coriander, about 1 tablespoon, half tablespoon of red chili powder, 2 teaspoon of garam masala, salt as per taste, and coat the bhindi well into the spices. Mix it well. And now we are going to cook the bhindi. So for that, in a pan I will take oil and then add the cumin seeds to it. Stir it, and after about 2 minutes I am going to add the bhindi to it. Perfect. Now we are going to cook this bhindi on high flame. And check the seasoning. If you want to add anything like the red chili powder or salt, you may add it right now to the bhindi. And let it cook. Adjust the flame accordingly and stir occasionally. Once the bhindi is cooked, we are going to transfer it in a bowl. So you can see now the bhindi is cooked. Transfer it in a bowl, and in the same pan I'll take oil, about 1 tablespoon, and then add cumin seeds to it, 1 teaspoon. Grate some garlic, about 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic, crushed or grated. And then grate the ginger. Again about 1 to 2 teaspoon of grated or crushed ginger, and mix it well on medium high flame for about 2 minutes. After 2 minutes I'll add asafoetida, that is hing, and turmeric, 1 teaspoon each, and mix it well on high flame, and then add the sliced onions to it. 2 medium sized sliced onions or 1 big onion should do it, and cook well again on high flame. Once the onions become translucent, to this I will add finely chopped onions. You may crush the onions if you want to. Coarsely crushed onions. And cook well on high flame. Make sure the onions are cooked well. That is very important. And then add the tomato puree to it. So about 3 to 4 medium sized tomatoes. And cook well. It's very important that the onions and the tomatoes are cooked. Then add some salt as per taste and mix well. You'll see they are cooked now. So I will add chopped tomatoes. 1 medium sized tomato, chop it roughly and add it. No need to cook this tomato. To this I will add about 1 to 1.5 cup of yogurt or curd and mix well. On high flame, keep stirring because we don't want the yogurt to split. And then add some water to adjust the consistency. So about half cup of water or as required. And once it comes to a boil, I will add salt to it if required. We have already added some salt. So as per taste, and then add the red chili powder. 2 to 3 teaspoon. Ground cumin and coriander 2 teaspoon. Garam masala 2 teaspoon. And mix it well. Let the spices cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on high flame. And now to this I will add the cooked bhindi. Now mix everything well on high flame. And I'm going to add Kashmiri red chili powder to this for dark orange color. Perfect. And this is how our bhindi masala is ready. For that we require paneer cubes, boiled green peas, chopped tomatoes, ground cumin and coriander, cloves, cinnamon stick, black pepper powder, tandoori masala, red chili powder, turmeric, butter, cashew nuts, coriander leaves, Kashmiri red chili powder and garam masala. We also require oil and water. So first, we also require salt. So first in a frying pan I will take butter, 2 teaspoon. To it I will add oil, 2 teaspoon. Once the butter has melted, to it I will add 3 cloves, 1 cinnamon stick, about ½ inch. Mix it well. Saute for about a minute on medium-low flame. Then add 5 cashew nuts. Cook them till they become nice golden brown in color. Once they are golden brown, I will add tomatoes. 2.5 cup of chopped tomatoes. Mix it on high flame. Now add black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon. Salt as per taste. Mix it well and let the tomatoes cook thoroughly. Once they are cooked, I will switch off the flame and let them cool down at room temperature. Once the mixture has cooled down at room temperature, I will transfer it into a mixer jar. Perfect. And make a fine paste out of it. So this is how the paste looks. Now in a kadai or pan, I will take 1 tablespoon of butter. To it I will add oil, 2 teaspoon. Once the butter has melted, to it I will add the tomato paste that we have prepared right now. Mix it nicely on high flame. To this I will add water, about 1 to 1/4 cup of water. Mix it well. Now I'll add red chili powder, 2 teaspoon, tandoori masala 2 teaspoon or as per taste. Then add the garam masala, again 2 teaspoon, ground cumin and coriander 2 teaspoon, red chili powder 2 teaspoon, turmeric half teaspoon. Mix everything well. Then add water to adjust the consistency. So about half cup of water right now. Cook well on high flame. Mix it nicely. Now, once it comes to a boil, I'll add salt to it as per taste. Mix it well again. And then add the paneer cubes into it. Make sure the flame is low. Add the paneer cubes one by one into the gravy. Wow, it's looking lovely. And now I'm going to mix it very gently because I don't want the paneer to break. Now I will add the green peas to it. About 1.5 cup of green peas. They are boiled and cooked. I'm using 250 grams of paneer and 1.5 cup of green peas. Then add kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves, about 2 teaspoon. Mix it well. Let it combine nicely. Then add coriander leaves to it. Mix again very gently. And then let it simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. And this is how our no onion, no garlic Matar Paneer is ready. For the veg angara, we require a lot of ingredients which will make our veg angara deliciously yummy. We require paneer cut into cubes like this, chopped tomatoes, peeled and chopped carrots, chopped French beans, green capsicum chopped, de-seeded and chopped, and cauliflower florets cut into medium size, finely chopped onion, red chili powder, turmeric, salt, coriander and cumin powder, and garam masala. We require dried red chilies. I have soaked them in hot water for about 15 to 20 minutes and then de-seeded them. Crushed garlic and grated ginger. We require yogurt or curd. Dried fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi. Cashew nuts. Coriander leaves. Ghee and oil. So first I'm going to take a bowl and add 1 cup of cauliflower florets to it. And then I'm going to add water just above the cauliflower florets. So make sure that the cauliflower florets are covered completely in the water. And then we are going to cook them. We are going to microwave these for about 9 minutes on high. Till then I'm going to make a paste. For that, in a mixer jar, I am going to add 4 cashew nuts. add the tomatoes, 1.5 cup. I have chopped them roughly. To this I am going to add 5 to 6 dried red chilies that had soaked in water for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I have de-seeded them. We are going to make fine paste out of this. You will see nice dark red color. In a pan I am going to take 2 tablespoons of ghee and let the ghee melt. I'll add about 1 teaspoon of oil, and then after the ghee and the oil are heated properly, I am going to add onion to this. I have chopped the onion finely. So 1 cup of onion, or about 2 medium sized onion, finely chopped. And then we are going to cook them and saute them on high flame. So we'll mix it well and cook the onions. You'll see the onions have become translucent. Perfect. To this I am going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic, crushed garlic, and 1.5 teaspoon of ginger, grated ginger. You may also crush it. And then mix this, stir it well and let it cook. Let the rawness from the ginger and garlic go away. Till then our cauliflower has been cooked thoroughly. After 9 minutes, remove it from the microwave and keep it aside. Our onions are also cooked now. So at this stage I am going to add the tomato and the chili paste, which contains cashews, and then mix this and cook it on high flame. You may adjust the flame as required. Now we are going to cook this with the lid on low flame for about 7 to 10 minutes. Make sure the flame is low, and after about 7 minutes I am going to open the lid, and then we are going to give it a good stir so that it cooks evenly. You will see it's bubbling away, and again we are going to cover and cook. So again for about 7 to 10 minutes, or until it's cooked perfectly on low flame. And then we are going to open the lid after about 8 minutes. And now you'll see that the gravy has thickened a little, and our tomatoes and chilies have cooked thoroughly. So at this stage I am going to add half cup of peeled and chopped carrots, 3/4 cup of French beans chopped, 1/4 cup of capsicum. I have de-seeded and cubed it, and then add 1 cup of cooked cauliflower florets. These are medium sized cauliflower florets which are cooked thoroughly. And now we are going to give it a mix. Stir it well, and you'll see it has got a nice rich red color from the chilies and the tomato paste. And then what we are going to do is we are going to spice it up. For that, first we are going to add 1 tablespoon of red chili powder. Now you may adjust the quantity of the red chili powder as required. You may add a little less if you don't eat spicy. And then add 3/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Add about 2 teaspoons of coriander and cumin powder, and then we are going to add garam masala to this. We'll add 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of garam masala. We are going to mix this and let the spices cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on medium to low flame. To this I am going to add curd or yogurt. So we'll be adding 2.5 tablespoons of curd and then combine this well on low flame. Let the yogurt cook. You'll see it has combined really well. Adjust the flame. And now we are going to add water to this. Water to adjust the consistency. So you want the vegetable to be a little wet and not too dry. So add water accordingly. And combine it well. After that, we are going to cover it with the lid and let it cook on low flame for about 5 to 7 minutes. And after 7 minutes, we are going to open the lid and you'll see that it's bubbling away. So we are going to stir it, mix it. You'll see the vegetables have cooked evenly. Check if the vegetables are done and then add salt to this. As per taste, we have not added salt before, so add it accordingly. And then combine it well, mix it well. Now at this stage I am going to add dried fenugreek leaves to this. So 1 teaspoon of kasuri methi. And then add some coriander leaves, about 1 teaspoon, and then mix it well on medium to high flame. Now we are going to add our paneer cubes. I am using 175 grams of paneer. I have cut it into cubes and we are going to give it a stir with a light hand so that the paneer does not break. So mix it well, cook it well. Now you're going to again cover this with the lid for about 2 minutes and let it cook. You'll see it's bubbling away now and our vegetable is ready. You're going to mix it and that's it. Switch off the flame. Our veg angara is ready to be served.